Femi Gbajabiamila, a former Speaker of Nigeria's House of Representatives, and the current, who is the current Chief of Staff to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the wife of the President, Oluremi Tinubu, who is also a former senator, are said to be organizing some former legislators to begin to drum up support for the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying that he has been wonderful in his economic reform, agricultural advancement, and tax reform. They forgot to mention the continued war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, continued sustenance of herdsmen terrorism, worsening economic fortunes of Nigeria due to the declaration that fuel subsidy is gone, and exorbitant escalation of fuel price, tugging at Nigerians, including workers who are paid less than living wage, while the president is claiming to be transferring funds to indigent households and asking indigent students to come for loan. They forgot to consider agitation and protest by workers, including medical doctors, Association of Nurses and Midwives, going on strike and threatening strike because of negligence, financial negligence by government. And the economic policies and actions of government breeding, mushrooming armed bandits, and including new terrorist organizations coming to Nigeria, such as the Lakurawa, joining the Boko Haram Muslim community, turned into a terrorist organization by government policies and actions, politicizing Islam and Christianity as a corollary, removing subsidies from basic necessities of life to be funding pilgrimage boards and subsidizing pilgrimages, and acquiring expensive lifestyle for those in government, including those in the legislature. And so, Femi Gbajabiamila, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, and Senator Oluremi Tinubu, anti-people persons, forming an anti-people group to drum support for the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So it is up to common people to ensure that they get their PVC ready to defeat and send packing the All Progressives Congress and its presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. Nigerians should realize that misrule by the so-called APC since 2015 till date is more than sufficient to send the APC packing. And it is self-immolation for Nigerians to re-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu as to be like Muhammadu Buhari. And of course, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has never seen anything wrong, did not see anything wrong with the misrule, barbarity, brutality of President Muhammadu Buhari. So Tinubu should not have been allowed to succeed Muhammadu Buhari. Seeing nothing bad in the presidency of Buhari, and now naturally he has been doing worse than Muhammadu Buhari, sustaining the jihadist war against the Boko Haram Muslim community imposed on Nigeria by the People's Democratic Party, sustained by the so-called All Progressives Congress, adding herdsmen terrorism to the war against the Boko Haram Muslim community, and now declaring the non-existent subsidy gone as a ploy to escalate fuel price exorbitantly, and all of that. So poor Nigerians should know that enough is enough. If they want to arrest the insecurities largely promoted by the worsening economic situation, too much worse than that of Muhammadu Buhari. Despite that, Muhammadu Buhari was nothing to write home about economically. In his second term, things were worse. And if the first term of Tinubu is like this, what should anybody expect from his second term? And join me in my campaign against second term. That if Nigeria's rulers refuse to scrap second term, Nigerians should scrap it by their personal decision, taking it as a principle that whoever, even if the person is an angel, a single term of 4 years is sufficient to contribute his or her own quota, so that another angel or devil can take over and spend 4 years. It doesn't matter. Life is up and down. But what we have seen is that people take undue advantage of the second term to perpetrate the worst evil imaginable. That has been the experience, whether the person is a president or governor, at least for the most part, generally speaking. Second term is a term for the worst form of corruption and evil deeds that they could not do in their first term because they want to get re-elected. So logically and based on our experience and understanding of human nature, it's high time Nigerians stop supporting anybody, governor, president seeking second term. Drop it. There are too many people to look for another better person to do 4 years. 4 years is sufficient. That's why it's a term. It's a complete term in itself. So second term is excess, and anything in excess is bad. Even if you drink water excessively, it's bad. Second term is excessive. Some people, after 100 days in office, they can tell you what they have achieved, and you know that even 100 days is enough to do a lot. Not to talk of 4 solid years. So that's my message. Beware of these politicians. They are self-seeking. So they are not after your well-being. They tried their best in the first term to make a name for themselves, but in the second term they have nothing else at stake. So don't give them the opportunity to mess up. That's just the message.